Shrinking isn't humility, it's selfish. Welcome back to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where introverted leaders and entrepreneurs learn to amplify their presence, profit from their purpose, and lead without compromising their peace. Now, today we're talking about something that will probably make some of you squirm. It's that moment when opportunity calls, and instead of saying, "Yes, I'm ready," you start rehearsing excuses and you call it humility. But I call it BS, like BS between your ears. I'm not speaking from never been there, never done that, never felt that. That's how I can relate to some of you, because I am someone who has done that, but I'm calling BS. My question is your BS louder than your calling? You might want to check that. You might want to fix it. Let's talk more about this, shall we? Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. What's up? I am Stephanie Oden. I'm the host of the Quiet Impact Podcast. And in this episode, we're talking about something that might make some of you squirm. It's that moment when opportunity calls, and instead of saying, "I'm ready," you start rehearsing excuses. Things like, "Oh, my business isn't big enough. Oh, I haven't been a leader very long. Oh, I'm not very good at being a leader. Oh, I need more success before I can take the mic." Listen, you're calling it humility. I'm calling BS. Because one of the things that I learned is, and whoever takes the mic, whatever form it takes, is the one who makes the money. And whatever form the mic takes doesn't wait for perfect timing. It waits for permission. And the permission that it waits for is yours. Let me tell you what almost didn't happen. I got a chance to be a featured member to share my story, my journey, my wins. And I'm speaking from experience. I heard that voice. You know the one that says, "Ooh, who are you to be on that stage?" And a stage can be the opportunity to get in front of an audience that you hadn't been before. It can be an actual stage, or it can be a virtual stage, or it can be a global meeting, right? A meeting where there's people from all over the world that are hanging out in that space. That can be a stage. It can be standing up in a room that you've not stood up before and doing your presentation. That's a stage. Right? That's having the mic. And you can go through all of this similar to what I did. Oh, the big names belong there. The one with more experience belong there. Oh, not me, not me. And often that fake humility will come in and it'll disguise itself as discernment. It'll disguise itself as wisdom. And I was in this space until the coordinator said something that really shook me. She said, after I said yes, mind you, "You'd be surprised how many people say no because they don't think they've earned enough yet." Wow, that could have been me. No, I didn't have the highest sales. No, I'm not the loudest on the leaderboard, but I am someone who shows up. I show up consistently. I show up authentically. And that's what it takes to build something real. So I said yes. Not because I felt like I was the biggest deal in the room, in the space with the mic that had been there before, because I refuse to shrink in the name of false humility. Another experience, I recently went to a retreat, and one of the things that they gave us the opportunity to do, it was about 100 or so business women, and they gave each person the opportunity to stand up, share about their business, or make an ask. Like ask for something that you need. And in this particular case, I decided I was going to, this day, I was feeling my bold self. My bold introvert showed up. One of my personas showed up. And she said, "You know what, Stephanie? Sit in the front. I'd never been to this experience before. I didn't know these people. But I said, you know what? I'm sitting in the front today." And I sat in the second seat. So we had a divided room. We had chairs on that side. We had tables and chairs on this side. And here was the person beside me, and I sat here. And really, the only reason why I sat in the second seat was because they had a purple name tag. And I thought, well, obviously, this is meant for me because you had a purple name tag. So here's what happened. They said, okay, everybody's going to have no more than 5 minutes. We know that it's going to take a while to do this, or maybe it was 30 seconds. It wasn't 5 minutes, it was 30 seconds. Everybody's going to have 30 seconds to stand up and make that statement. Where they started, I was second. I didn't have a polished elevator pitch, none of that. Now, I could have shrank and said, "Oh no, I'm not quite ready yet." But no, I stood up in my voice and said who I was and what I represented. Now, of course, I looked back and said, "Girl, you should have said this, you should have said that." However, let me tell you what happened. When you get the courage to show up, someone else hears you that needs to hear you. Because I actually had someone come up in one of the breakouts and said, "Hey, you're the one that talked about having a community for introvert achievers. I'd like to join your community." Now, what if I had shrank down? What if I had played small? What if I had gone into this gyration of, "Oh, I don't know"? That might not have happened. So back to my opportunity to say yes, to be on this call, to have the mic in that occasion. Here's the other thing. I got a chance to meet people that I had not met before because I didn't shrink in the name of false humility. And here's the thing. If there's nothing you write down from this episode, I want you to get this. Like, this is the piece. This is the meat. I'm giving you the meat. I'm gonna give you some veggies. I'm gonna give you some mashed potatoes. I don't even eat mashed potatoes, y'all, but I'm gonna give you some because some people like those. Okay. Here's the thing. The one who with the mic makes the money. The one on the stage gets the audience. The one who stands up has the influence. The one who shows up creates momentum. It's not about ego. I think the thing that really moved me beyond the point that I was is because it's not about ego. I kept thinking about this is service, this is stewardship. It's not about ego, it's about service. When someone hands you the mic, they're handing you their audience. They're handing you their trust. They've already vetted you. They've already vetted you out. They're saying, "I believe you have something that can help my people." And for me, when I look at it like that, it's not spotlight, it's stewardship. And I really like Brene Brown. And she talks about vulnerability. That's a moment of vulnerability when you take the mic and you don't feel like you have all the things in place. Now, I'm not saying show up and showboat. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying show up and be something that you aren't. I'm saying show up. And there's a certain vulnerability that isn't weakness, It really allows other people to be able to connect with you, like sharing your journey, because nobody else has my journey. That's what I can share. That's what that mic represents. Visibility as vulnerability and service as your story. You don't have to be the loudest. You don't have to wait until you're the loudest or louder. You don't have to wait until you're more of an influencer. You lead with what you already carry. That's your charge. That's all. That's what you're responsible for. Is leading with what you already carry. Here's my question. Where are you letting the BS between your ears stop you from taking the mic? I'm not ready yet. We're never ready. I'm still figuring things out. You're always going to be figuring things out. At every stage of my entrepreneurship journey, figuring things out. At every leadership, promotion step, recognition, all of them, I was still figuring things out. I don't want to be seen yet until it's perfect. Baby, it's never going to be perfect. I don't think people want perfect people. I don't. I think they want imperfect people willing to show up and show the process of moving in their vibe and in their authenticity imperfect. When I listened to the women on this panel, and it was on unstoppable perseverance, and so many of them extremely successful, but they weren't perfect, and they shared moments. This I don't want to be seen until it's perfect thing. Stop it. No, that ain't humility. That's sabotage in a suit, telling you that you're doing it for them and you're not. Visibility isn't about vanity, it's about impact. The mic is more than a stage. It's your camera, it's your podcast, it's your post, it's your moment, it's your pin on Pinterest, it's your voice inside your community. It's those things. Every time you speak up, every time you speak up, you expand the room for someone else to stand up. So say yes. I know. Say yes. Show up on authentically, consistently. Take the mic. There have been other times too when I've been asked to be on stages and talk and literally show up, take the mic, because someone is already listening, and it might as well be your voice that they hear. Like your voice and you showing up and taking the mic is like that lighthouse that sends out the beacon so that the people that are meant to be in that harbor, they'll come in. When I say yes to that invite, I did not feel like the most successful, but I did want to serve. And my yes opened doors that I could not have predicted or scripted. It also brought on its own, you've heard me talk about this before, courage before confidence. It brought on another level of courage leading to more confidence. What mic is in front of you today? Don't fake humble your way out of movement, out of momentum. Because you know what? And you may not hear it immediately. It may come back in a little note, or it may come back in an email, or it may come back in a response to a post, or it may come out in a referral. Your story might be the very thing someone else needs to keep going to that next step. I want you to realize that it's not about ego, it's about service, it's about stewardship. Fake humility is shrinking. So where are you going to take the mic this week? What are you going to do? I know the mic is calling you. What are you going to do? Until next time, keep building your quiet impact one brave yes at a time, one mic moment at a time. That's it for this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me know any insights that you had from this episode. I would love to hear your takeaways. Remember to head to my website, grab a copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. It's a resource I created for you. And join us next week. Thank you for watching, listening, and subscribing. See you next time.